Hello and good day to everyone. My name is Samuel, and I will be showing or demonstrating to you a platform that I built that handles inventory management, monitoring, and tracking on a centralized platform for your business. Okay, I will be going through these features and also do practical demonstrations using the different user accounts so that you can have a feel and know the different privileges and operations of the different categories of users. And I would also share this link with you. Like I'm currently hosting my staging environment on Render. So you all can go there and do and have a feel of the web platform yourself. You can either create, delete, do several things you want to do so that you would know or you would be able to get the full idea of what I'm talking about this platform. Okay, please let's right on into it. Okay, for this platform, we have four categories of users: the admin, the manager, the staff, and the consumer. And we have the unlinked accounts. The admin, manager, staff, and customer, they all have user login details and they have access to the platform. They can log in, do self-service. Like the customer and staff can do self-service, they can create quotations, they can also view the assets that they checked out or assets that have been assigned to them. While the unlinked accounts are for users that let's like passing customers that you don't want them to have login access. So you categorize them under ad hoc or unlinked customers. Okay, the first feature is user provisioning. Only the admin and the manager have the privilege of creating new users on the platform. Okay, this is the admin portal or the admin view. Every user have this self-service page in which they can change their password. Every category of users have this. So the admin said can provision user accounts. Okay, let me create one. But the main difference is an admin can create accounts for all the different accounts and user accounts types. Then you can see the accounts. While a manager, let's go to the manager view. The manager can create or provision accounts for only a staff and a customer. And in terms of editing their information, the manager can edit information for only a staff and customer. You can edit all this, while the admin can edit information for all the different user types. You can change the theme if you want from night mode to day mode, depending on how sensitive your eyes is. So this is the admin portal. The admin also has different options on how to manage users. We have seen the edits, then the custody ledger. This is the view to this is the model view to monitor all the assets being assigned to a particular user. The admin can reset the password for a user. Let's say a user or a customer forgets or misplaces his or her password. The admin has full access to overwrite and assign a new password without him or her knowing the user password, but the admin needs to confirm the action with his own personal password to confirm that he's the one that is processing the request. Then there's the revoke access. Okay, let's say this is my account. Let's say I don't want this account to have login access again. I'll revoke login access. Once I revoke access, every checkout and assignment is being moved to him under an ad hoc or an unlinked user. So you can also, so once you revoke an access, this account can no longer log in, but you can still monitor all the assets that the customer or the user is handling or has been assigned to. So let's give a practical demonstration. Okay, let's say you issue some assets. This asset, let's set the due dates to be today. Let's say you issue some assets to this customer, d.martins. The customer can log in. Okay, this is the customer's bill, d.martins. He has login access currently. Let's refresh, and you see the assets that has been assigned to him. So he currently has two assets assigned to him: the Logitech MX Master and the Dell monitor. There are six items that have been checked out to him. So once we revoke access to this user, as you can see, the six checked out items will be moved to their new ad hoc profile. Let's go to ad hoc. You can still monitor the items under his or her custody. You can still monitor it, but his login would be revoked. So let's say, let me try to do something over here. Have you seen? The page already refreshes and is being logged out from the account immediately. The login out is immediate. There is no delay. So when I try to log in again, okay, let's view the password. So when I try to log in again, set invalid email, like the credentials will be invalid. So after you revoke access, you can also convert the ad hoc account back to a login account, and it's very, very easy. The admin can convert, can revoke access and convert back to user for all the different categories of users, while the manager can revoke access for only the staff and customer accounts. That is, those are the only privileges that the manager can do. The manager can't revoke access for an admin or a manager account, but the manager can revoke access for a staff and a customer. Okay, let's go to this ad hoc directly. Let's refresh. So this is ad hoc. So let's convert back to a user using the manager. accounts. Since this is the customer, the manager can process the request. So you want to convert him back to a customer, then let's give him his password back, then convert everything. All the items that have been checked out is also transferred back to him as a user. So I say, so let's try to log back in, and we can see that the customer account is able to log back into his account without any entrance. So any actions being done by any user account is being shown in the audit trail logs. As you can see, this audit trail log is being used, like you can say, to audit. It's being used to monitor everything that is going on this platform. So let's say there was a mix-up or there was a mismatch or there was something wrong along the line that has to do with an equipment getting missing or any you want to resolve or check what's this or rectify an issue and you want to get the exact period that this happened. So let's say you want to check out check out like when this equipment was being handed to a customer or a user last. You can do all that from the audit trail logs. You don't really have to read all these things. So to do your audit, you can basically export it as either a CSV or a PDF document. So you set the date. Okay, let's say today. If you want, okay, let's say, excuse me. Let's say if you want the export ledger to be from let's say 20th to current to present, you leave this blank. If you don't want any restrictions, you can clear it. Like you want to download all the audits from its inception, you can do that. But once your audit trail grows, because this is actually immutable, I say that this audit trail can't be deleted. That is the main point of you having an audit trail log. Any actions being done, no one can delete it. So you can actually pinpoint the actions by the different operators. It shows you the operators performing the actions, shows you the time it happened, shows you the action, and it gives you appropriate details. Okay, let's say like this converted out of people profiles, Martins, two active, that is 6 units, then zero quotation assignments. All the all the actions are well detailed so that anyone going through the logs can understand whatever each whatever this user account did. And the audit trail log is accessible to only the admin and the manager. So this is the admin page. Then let's go to the manager page. The manager can also go through the audit log. So let's try to download it. Okay, let's say we want to download from everything that happened today as a PDF. Download it. I'm being shown. Okay, then let's open it. As you can see, everything that happened today is being printed out for you to go through. Every action by different operators, be it a user or a customer, you can view it over here. Okay, this is for user provisioning. Then for live inventory counts, the platform allows you to get an up-to-date live database counts or live database view of your assets. That means all these figures are real-time figures. It is not dependent on the client browser. Yes. So whatever checkout or check-in is happening, the database is updated across every account. That means the admin and the managers are the only ones that can get this view. That means they can look at the stock counts, the status, while the customer can only look at what is being checked out to him. The customer doesn't have access to view your inventory, your live inventory count. Customer doesn't has no business looking at your. But if you want it to be configured that way, that is a feature that I can implement. So for the live inventory count, like I said, this shows the active field deployments. One of these is checked out, yeah, has been checked out to this user. So an admin can basically do the admin has edit access, can edit the name, edit the category, can also edit the price. The admin can do that, and the admin can also isolate faulty units. So wherever you are, you can get an up-to-date information of the status of your assets. And once you isolate it, the counts automatically updates. Let's go to the manager view so that we can see it. Everything ups. One is undeployable. The account is updated instantly because this page refreshes every second. The page is constantly refreshing. So any actions being done is reflected across all user accounts. So let's say after this has been rectified, or after this equipment has been rectified, you can recall it back to service. And once we recall it back to service, the available quantity is being updated. Let's go to this. You can see it's being updated instantly. All this is being done web-based, that is online. There is no, I mean, wherever you are or whatever actions is being performed, you are seeing a live view of it. So we have seen the both the admin and the manager. The admin can has edit access. That means it can edit, it can also adjust the quantity, and the admin can also delete an asset, while the manager can only view, like I can only view the active deployments and the capacity count. And also, like so let's say once you try to delete an asset, you can only delete an asset when there is no active field deployments. Let's refresh this. Okay, there's one add-on. Let's process its return and let's delete it because you can delete an asset when it is actively deployed to the field. So once we delete an asset, that is not the end of the asset. It goes to the asset is soft deleted first. Soft deletion means that you don't want these assets to show in your inventory count again, but you can always restore it back and you can always recall it back to your inventory count. That is what soft access, that is what soft deletion is. You can delete it, and once you delete it, it goes out from your asset inventory. Let's go to the manager view. The manager himself can't see it. Seems like my internet is slow. Okay. The manager himself can't see the asset again because it has been removed from the list. So, but let's say like you don't want this asset again. Let's say you don't want this asset to be either soft deleted or you don't want it to be part of your inventory count again. Well, let me just give like a precise distinction. Once you soft delete an asset, you can't create you can't create the assets with this particular name again. So let me give a practical example. Let's say crane. Let's give five. Let's give five. Okay, let's say grape. Let's use that 15K. Okay, you created this assets. Let's delete it. Okay, it is so deleted. If you try to use that same name again, it will show you that the name already exists, even though you have soft deleted it. But once you purge it, there's this thing called purge. Purge means that you don't want it to be, you want to free up the name, you want to free up everything that has to do with that asset, you purge it. So and once you purge an asset, there is no way to get it back again. You have to do a new creation. Okay, let's recreate it again. As you can see, the asset is successfully created. So that is the difference. Once you soft delete an asset, it goes out of your inventory count, but you can always restore it back. And when you try to create or add or register a new asset using that same name, your request is being denied until you purge the asset from your database or platform. Same thing applies to users. Once you delete a user, okay, let me convert this back to a user. Let's refresh. Okay, once you delete a user also, it goes down to the source deleted list. And also notice that you can't you can't delete a user that has items checked out to him or her. Same thing with the asset. You can't delete an asset that has an active field deployment or isolation. Let's try to delete this profile. Stay that you cannot delete. This user still has 6 items in active custody. Process their returns first. That is it. So, and if you also try to create the user using this email, the system rejects it until you purge it out from your platform. Once you purge it, there's no way to get that user back. So, in terms of live inventory counts, you get an up to date. Now, is whatever changes is being made, the platform gets updated automatically by whatever change is being made. Okay, let's go to assets, registry, and batch imports. Okay, we've touched this pool or assets registration. Okay, let's say you don't want to manually fill in all the assets, you use a batch import. Let's say you need guidance on how to import it. The platform only accepts CSV files format. Let's say like you need a template. You don't know what headers or which rows to fill or the guys and the schema. You don't know the schema or this batch import. You simply download a sample. So once you download a sample, open it, then you come in and fill in the name, fill in the quantity, just copy and paste, then the category, camera lights, grip, any cards, different categories, then you fill in the price. And once you do all that, you can then drop it here. Just click on it or you drag and drop. I already have a template here that I use. Okay, let's go to desktop. Okay, this is the template. Imported 50 of these records, and everything gets updated automatically. And also, this platform is very, very interactive in the sense that, let's say you import 40 rows and 40 columns. Say you import invalid credentials, invalid rows. It gives you the reasons. Let's say like this row 4, there was no value for it. The asset name is missing. This tells you that this is not a one, but it gives you the exact rows and their errors. And it doesn't stop here. You can also download the field rows and make your various changes. See, this has no name. If this is negative, this is a string. It should be an integer, not a string. The platform tells you all that, and once you are done correcting it, you then re-import. You then re-import it. That is how interactive the platform is. So that is it for batch import. And the admin, like I said, can always ask editable access to every asset or inventory on the list. The admin can always go back and make changes to it. While the manager gets the assets. Let's refresh. Manager just gets the active inventory list and status. So we are beginning to see some of the privileges for the different accounts. These customer accounts, like I said, has no business knowing your stock count and the rest. But if you want the customers to know that, it can be implemented. So isolation. Okay, we've done this asset isolation where you can go to the properties, then isolate faulty or missing, then give a reason. And if if the item is being recovered, you can recall it back to service. Again, you are being shown the said the audit log shows every action being performed on this platform. Okay, we've done the asset association and field training. Then the daily digest and notifications. What is daily digest? Daily digest just has to do with you adding email addresses. So let's say you want a manager or an audit officer or your inventory control officers to get emails by daily emails on their phone. The emails the emails are just the overdue items and the due soon items. Overdue in the sense that this customer has held on to this asset past its due date. This email gets the notification on his or her phone. I mean, like you don't really have to log in, though on the platform you're also giving that information. You're also giving that information. But let's say like you don't want to log into the platform every time. So every day, that is every 24 hours, this can be configured. Every 24 hours, you get an email on your phone. You can use it to start your day. You get information of the items or your assets that is due soon. And the due soon dates or interval is configured for just it can configure for a day or 2 days. Let's say you want to get an alert 2 days or a day before an item is due, you can configure that. So you get a daily email on the overdue and the due soon items. So you come here and add as many emails as you want to add that gets the daily notifications. So you can use that to monitor your active field deployments without logging into the platform. So that is it about daily digest and notifications. If you want to configure this, you will need these details. Yes, all these are actually very easy to get, and I can set it up for you. You need these details, SMTP, the host, the port, the user, and the password. You need all of this. This SMTP host can be Gmail or your mail server. The username is just basically the mail that you will be sending the notifications from. And you can also configure, let's say like you want the individual orders, that is the customers that is holding these items, you want them to also get a notification on their mail. You can also set that under your environment variables. Like I said, all these are configurable. Then the extension, dates, extensions, and requests. Okay, let's use this as an example. This customer, d.martins, has an item that is due soon, which is this Dell monitor, and the customer needs an extension for this item. The customer can simply write on his dashboard, can simply request an extension from either the manager or the admin. So the customer wants it to be extended to the 22nd. We'll review it shortly. So let's refresh. So you can see there is an extension request from d.martins. You tap on it and it takes you straight to the ledger. So you can either approve or deny the request. Once you approve the request, the date is extended at once to 22nd. You can see the date is extended at once to 22nd, and the customer gets a notification that it has been approved. The reason why this is still showing this one is because I configured the due reminder dates to be 2. So during setup, you can configure it to be a day. You can configure it to be a day, 2 days, or 3 days. That is any interval that you want it to configure. And let's say a customer request extension over the phone and not via the platform. A manager or an admin, let's use the manager's dashboard. We're using the admin so much. Let's say like the the customer requests an extension. Let's say this is the master request an extension on this same product via a call. The manager or admin can simply go to this extension, then put in the new date. Just 1 second. We think we've done this. Let's refresh. Sorry about the internet speed. Okay, so he wants to extend this to 23rd. Can give a reason. Yeah, let's say approved by phone. Approved by phone. And extend it. So it's been extended to 23rd. That is a new due date. And the customer also gets instant extension on his products, as you can see. And the customer gets a notification on it. So like I said, the platform is designed to be very interactive between all categories of users. So that is for extension, this extension and request. Then for quotations, that is self-service quotations. The admin can configure the VATs. Okay, let's start with self-service. Let's say a customer wakes up at midnight, 11 a.m., 12 a.m., even 1 a.m. and wants to have comes to create a quotation that you can submit to your managers. Or you can submit to your managers or staff. The client simply goes to this place. Let's set this to be 5. The manager sees like a real-time update of the prices. So let's say you come here. Okay, wait, let's look at an item here. Let's select FX3, which is set to 50K. Let's say you change the price. The admin, like I said, the admin has editable access. The admin changes the price from 50K to 60. This should refresh automatically, but my browser is kind of slow. My internet speed is slow, so that's why you are getting this. See, the price gets updated here. So let's say the customer wants to create a quotation and say how much it will be charged. You can set a start date. Let's say he wants this for just a day. He adds it. It's been updated here. The days are 1. Let's say he wants FX6 to FX6 from 21st to 22nd. He also adds it. It shows here days are 2. And he wants a card. Let's say he wants this card for 3 days, or that's 21st to 23rd. It's also being updated here. I actually did actually skip my mind. So still on the, let's go back to live inventory counts. The admin or the manager can export, yes, the admin or the manager can export all the assets. Okay, let's say you want to get an up-to-date access of you want to get an up-to-date record of your total counts of the different assets. You don't need to start calling or making different calls. You just come to this place and click on export. You can either download all, or you download based on the categories. Let's say you want to download all the cameras, click on PDF. It shows you download complete. Then you open it. You get you can say you get an up-to-date record of all your cameras. As long as it is categorized under camera, you get it. The price, the available total quantity, and the status. So no need to start making different calls. This can even be your live Excel sheet. All right. So let's go back to this. Let's say the customer is done doing his quotation. The customer can either export it. Let's put it in download. Let's open it. You can see it gets a very professional print. Customer can either export it to look at the different items and also share this PDF with either of your managers, or the customer can simply Customer can simply click on submit. So when the customer submits the quotation, you can see customer can either share this ID with the managers, and the manager themselves, the manager don't need that ID. But let's say in terms of speed, the customer can just share the ID with the managers. Manager will go to the quotations and manager can view what the customer wants. So you can see these are the requests of the customer. Manager can also add, okay, let's say card, Alexa. Manager can also add items for the customer. It's going to be 20 to show to actually give you an error. Let's say it starts today and you want it to end tomorrow. Manager can also add items to the quotation. If the manager is not ready to approve it yet, you can just close it. Then the customer will get an update. As you can see, all this happen instantly. You don't really have to. If your internet speed is actually very, very okay, the page refreshes itself every second. So this is what the manager added. The customer views it. If the customer doesn't want it, customer can delete it, and it would also reflect on the manager's dashboard. Okay, let's go back to the manager's dashboard. Okay, let's say a manager wants to add items that are not on the inventory sheet. Let's say like a camtech or a camera operator. You come here, you just put your name, company name, company name, and give a description if she wants to give, if he or she wants to give a description. Then put the price, let's say 50K per day for the camtech, just one camtech. Then give a start date, let's say from today up until the 24th. Then add it. So this also this can also be used to add items that are not currently in your inventory. Let's say you are outsourcing different items, you can also add it over here. But this outsourcing tag is internal to only your manager and you as the admin. What do I mean? Let's go to the customer dashboard. Let's view it. See, the the customer just says camera operator. There is no need for him to know that it was outsourced. The outsourced tag doesn't show here. But since the item is not on the inventory sheet, the customer can't delete it. So if the customer doesn't want this, customer just give the admin or tell the manager that I don't want this. The manager can delete it from his or her end, and the price keeps on tallying. That is this by this multiplied by this, because these days the days that is from this day and the days are being subtracted and multiplied by the quantity and the per day price. The VAT which is configurable by only the admin is also included here. Let's go back to the manager's view. Okay, let's say the manager is done. The back and forth is has been concluded. The customer has made all these changes and you want to give a discount. The manager can give a discount, that is 10% discount. Once the manager gives a discount, the customers sees it instantly. The discount, the customer sees it, then can click on the approve. This discount can be set at any time in the quote creation. Doesn't really have to be at the end. This notice for any reference. That is any notice that you want to show on the, let me show where the note shows. That is on this special notes. This is where any note is being written. Okay. Yes. So let's say the back and forth is being done, then the manager clicks on approve and shows approved ready for pickup. So the quotation has been approved. Once the quotation is approved, the customer can't make any edits again. Let's tap on it back. You can see all this delete button is being removed and shows you approved ready for pickup. And once the customer exports it, size on either end, whoever did the approval, the name is shown. You can see this was the manager that did the approval. Let me show you. Manager is s.chen was one that did the approval. That was why the name is mentioned. So if you configure the company name and this mobile number, everything also shows automatically. That is once you fill in the customer details, all this also shows. Okay, the quotation is ready. And once a quotation is approved by a manager, like I said, the customer can't make any edits. But the manager, the manager themselves can do the edits. In the sense that the manager can also make some last minute changes. Like manager can still do deletions. Let's say the manager can also add a runner. Let's also put next dots or let's use company. Let's use company. This company. Give it give a price, let's say 50K for the runner also. The start date 21st, the end date, let's say last once the end date to be 20, come up on 23 and click on it. It also shows, and once you go down to this, once you go down to this and view it, you can see it is being reflected on the customer's dashboard immediately. Customer can make any deletion because it has been approved already. And once the manager is done, the manager can continue doing changes until the day for pickup. Okay, let's say the day for pickup arrives. Let's say like the manager is not the one that is giving out the equipment. Let's go back to the admin page. Let's say the admin was the one that added the equipment over to the user, to the customer. The customer comes requesting for his equipment. The this admin or this or another manager goes to the fulfillment drawer and sees a quotation. And this is where the thing gets very, very clean and very, very interesting. On this your page, as on this fulfillment drawer, you can see that 5FX3 was requested. Okay, sorry, this 5FX3 and 2 and the rest. I said that for this legacy professional card, 4 was requested. They said only 2 is available. There's 2 short. And you know that sometimes it happens in production. Okay. But and you have outsourced or gotten the shortfall from other vendors. To track it effectively, you can also put it over here. Let's say shortfall. You got 1 from company A. You can leave the default price as it is. That is the default price of this. Just leave it as it is. Or if you want to change the price for the outsourcing, you can do that. But it's advisable to just leave the price. So the price is uniform for every that is for that same equipment. The price is uniform. So just leave it as it is. Then you split it. One is gotten from company A and one is gotten from company B. Yes. Then you click on the quotation. 2 shots. One gotten from company, one gotten from company B. Then you check it out. Double check. And once it checks out, the status goes to fulfilled. If it says that the complete pipeline has been met from the quotation down to the approval, then down to the collection, all the pipeline has been done and met. So if let's go back to the manager. Let's say the manager gets an update that okay, my the quotes that are created has been picked up. The manager gets the update has been picked up. This is also changed to field on the manager's dashboard, and the customer themselves also gets this to the field. The reason why this has not been because there has been no click actions, and my internet is slow. So you refresh it, go to my quotes, and it shows fulfilled. So once you view it, see it is being shown that the entire of that is this 4 quantity that you had a shortfall of 2. The default price is being maintained like I advised. The customer doesn't need to know that you outsourced the rest from another company. Everything is being handled internally. The customer gets what they want, and you, as a manager or an admin, can effectively do your internal tracking from the dashboard. Let's say you go to this, you can then see that okay, this all these are camera and that is the context and the runner. Say this, I got one from company B, I got one from company A. And when you print it out, this would be an internal document, like I said, that is being used to track. I said the tracking is being done in a very, very smart manner. The customer doesn't see all this, but you as a company can track all this effectively. You see that okay, one of this was gotten from this. That is everything being assigned to this person. You can see the inflows and the outflows. You get the checked out dates, you get the due dates. I can get if any was being outsourced, you're also being shown the appropriate information. While the customer, if the customer then exports this PDF, as you can see. This was the person that approved it. And this was the user that filled it. Two different information. All this enables how will I call it? Enables you to streamline the exact issue whenever a fault or any issue arises. You can actually pinpoint who did this and who did this from your platform. Everything is being shown. The Lexa card that you have sourced, all the content is being shown as well, and the customer doesn't need to know this. This was gotten by this was gotten by this. That is not the customer's business. The tracking is being done by you. And when you go to your inventory sheet, you can see that everything has been. Let's go to properties. Two has been given to this customer. You have none available. So and once the quotation is fulfilled, the manager can't edit it again. The manager or the admin can't make any edits again. If the customer requests for more, you can either create a new quotation or simply go to the assets and do a manual issue and dispatch. Can I go here and do the dispatch? Let's say you are giving it to okay, assigned to a customer. Yes, that is for the different additions. That is if you don't want to create a quote for it and just manually go and do the dispatch. Then confirm. And the dashboard gets updated. You can monitor, and the customer themselves can also monitor everything that is in their possession. The reason why you are getting I'm seeing all of this, wait, okay, I can close this, is because, like I said, I set the date to be true. That is the due soon date. I set it to be true. Because ideally, you should be either one or even half day. So the customer has 9 assets. If you want to view everything, just click on it or click on the next. And say these are all the assets being given to the customer. Customer can come here and export it. See, same thing. The customer doesn't need to know. Like I said, this is also left blank because the customer doesn't need to know this information. Okay, let's go back to this admin page. Okay, we've covered self-service quotation, we've covered VAT, done expectations. There are different things that you can export on this platform. You can export the asset sheet by their categories or everything. You can export this as either a CSV or a PDF. You can export, you can also export or like a summary of everything being assigned to your users. Let's export this. So let's see. Yes. A summary of all the properties that were assigned. But it's only this customer that's assigned or this user that's assigned that's been assigned items at the moment. So that's why it's the only one being shown over here. Is if you want to see all the different assignments at once, I think that they can click on this export all. Then let's briefly cover this ad hoc individual. Okay, let's say like, ad hoc individuals, like I said earlier, are customers that don't have um login details. They are unlinked customers. They are people that you don't want them to have a login access to your platform, but you also want to monitor the different assets or equipment that are given to them. This can be a working customer that you don't want to go through the trouble of giving them login details. You can just create an ad hoc profile for that customer. Then let's put the email, my phone number. Then you can create a quote. Then do your different additions and subtractions. Add items. And once you are done, great. Let's do that. Create. Let's approve it. Because we are yet to approve it. That is why it doesn't show. Okay, items not valid. I said the platform is very, very interactive. Then add item. Then let's exit it. Okay, then I need to refresh. You can see. Immediately you click on it also shows you. Then once you approve and once it is being fulfilled, you can also easily track what this customer is holding. Okay, so you can use the quotes. I can directly issue or dispatch an items also to an ad hoc individual. You can either create new or assign to an already existing ad hoc profile. Okay, let's create new. The test user. Let's say company C. Then you need to give either an email or a phone number. Test user. Let's put this. I can give a phone number also. Again, the return deadline. I confirm deployments. Once it goes to ad hoc, it's being shown over here. All these amber signs are used to show you the that is for the due soon and for the value. Once you go to any profile and a customer has either a due soon or an overdue asset ascribed to him, you see this sign attached to that profile or user. Okay. Okay, then you can also export same expectations that happens with a user. You can also get that for a unlinked profile. And once you decide that okay, you want to give this customer a login access, you can then convert to a user. I covered this earlier. And we've also talked about private outsourcing. That is in your quotations. Then logical checks. This is the same. This is what logical checks mean. Let's see, I'm assigning to this. Let's say to this staff. You can also assign equipment to your staffs. But I like using user customers. Let's assign to this customer. It creates. So this is just what this is basically what logical flow mean. Let's see. I'll assign this quantity one. It starts today and it ends today. Add the item. The date is one. It starts today and ends tomorrow. Add item. The day is two. So this is the logic behind it. It starts today and ends on the 23rd. That is 3 days. You can get this is a very, very good logical setup. And once you're not ready to approve it, you just close it. That's logical checks. Then deletion and restoration of assets. We've also covered this also, where you can delete a user and assets. Once you delete it, it goes to the deleted asset, but you can restore it. The difference between a soft deleted asset and a purge asset is for a soft deleted asset, you can't make use of this name any longer. So sorry, for a soft deleted asset, this name is still being, I mean, this name is still reserved. You can't use this name for another asset. As in, if you want to provision a new asset, you can't make use of this name for a soft deleted asset. But once you purge it, you can then make use of this asset name. And the same thing applies to users. Then for audits and backups. So audits, like I said, audits is basically you retracing or monitoring every actions that is happening on your platform. It is useful for either the managers or the admins, and it's a very, very useful feature for the company. It's basically used in auditing. You can download a margin either from today to, or as you want to download like from 19th to 20th or from 19th to 20, you can set the margin, then download either a CSV or a PDF. So all this can help you in making decisions. Then for backups, this platform is configured to create backups of your entire database. That is all your your audits, your users, everything. Backups are being made and sent to a remote drive. I'll show you that. So this is the backup drive. You set all the secrets, your G drive. All this can be configured easily by me. Once you set all this, and you also set like a time, three, that is by 3 a.m. every day, backups are being made and dropped into that Google Drive. So in case of any mishaps on your platform, you can always it, restore your platform down to the most recent state that it was. So that's backup. Then mobile responsiveness. What is mobile responsiveness? This mobile responsiveness. This platform can work as easily and navigable on your mobile phone together with your desktop. That means you can do you can on the go. That means your yeah you can always make edits to your or monitor your platform from a mobile wherever you are. You don't necessarily have to have a laptop with you to do the monitoring. Can tap on this. It shows this to you. Every every button, every controls that you can do on your desktop, you can do the you can perform that actions on your mobile device also. Create, can import, can delete users. You can also look at yes, the custody ledger for users. As you can see, you can also download. And the design was made in such a way that it is very, very easy to navigate. You don't really have to rack your brain trying to scroll sideways. There's in fact like there's no horizontal scroll, and I made it to be so. So you don't have to scroll sideways before you can get something done. You can swipe to the left or swipe to the right. You can download your audit log. You can set emails to receive, delete, digest. You can view your notifications. You can change the password. You can also reset user password. That is for the admins. You can do that. You can also do this. So that is for mobile responsiveness. And if you want to add personal features, you can always give me feedback and I'll be happy to accommodate the request. And when you are ready to ask to do the hosting, I would assist with that. And for your site maintenance, you would need a cloud or a DevOps engineer that will help you to do the site maintenance. That is a service that I can also prefer. So that is it about this platform. It has many features, many behinds, very, very beneficial to you as a company. No more late night requests of rotations or late night requests of additions. The customer can do all that from the comfort of his home. Customer can also monitor his or her equipment, and the customer gets can get status that okay, this is almost due, this is already overdue. Customer sees that, so there's transparency on both fronts. And like I said, I'll share this web link with you all. I'm currently hosting this on Render, which is a free platform. The negatives, but the free platform has its own downsides in the sense that after every 15 minutes and the website is idle, if the website is idle for 15 minutes, mm, you would have the site starts up, as it actually starts up very slow. Like if a minute code starts, it has to wake up the CPU and do every startup process again. But if you migrate to a cloud platform, which I would help you in doing this, as for assisted hosting, the the site will be available anytime, any day. So I'm using Render for demo purposes, but when the time comes for you to host it, you can always use any major cloud providers like Azure, AWS, GCP, or you can, those are the three major cloud platforms that I would that I would advise you to host your platform on. Thank you very much for taking the time to go through my demonstration. And I'll also share these logins with you. All these public demo seed accounts. So you can navigate the different users. You can also make changes, any changes that you want to do. You are free to make the changes without any limitations. Then when times comes, you can host yours.